We're female high school ultimate players from Arlington, Virginia. This past weekend, we played at the Eula Invite, and we faced some gender inequity.
Multiworld sent a reporter to the tournament, but they were only assigned to watch the boys' games.
At the Eula Invite, this reporter did not attend a single women's game and put out a recap afterwards that only talked about the boys' division.
Despite many tweets and emails about this instance of inequity, Multiworld has remained silent and has yet to acknowledge their mistake.
Some of you may be wondering why we're making such a big deal about this. We are making this video to tell you why.
Here are some common responses we receive when we defend our sport.
I feel like sometimes people don't understand something, so they try to they're uncomfortable by it, so then they try to make a joke out of it, and that's just not the route that you need to take. Try and be helpful in a way that's not degrading that person just because you're uncomfortable.
By starting productive discussions about something that you're either uncomfortable or don't entirely understand, or you can't put yourself in that position, so you need to hear more about it. Try to open up your perspective.
The men didn't have to cover themselves. They didn't have to write their own recap. No one asked them to do it, and they still got coverage. So why do we have to write our own?
Coverage was automatically given to the boys' teams, even though the girls and boys divisions both had teams in them that were equally competitive within their groups, which isn't fair.
When people say things like women's ultimate is less competitive or lower quality,
It means they haven't watched enough women's ultimate. They wouldn't know.
If there's limited resources, if there's limited food for people, you split up the food. You don't give it to some people and not give it to other people.
I mean, there are 4 or 5 women's club teams in the area. There's even more men's club teams. I think it would have been very easy for Ultiworld to contact any number of these people and ask them to spend part of their weekend watching amazing women's ultimate and write a short recap about it.
Yeah. We all know qualified people in the ultimate community that would have been happy to watch us play, and we're really upset the Ultiworld wasn't.
Who cares about which article gets the most clicks? You're not losing anything by posting a women's recap.
Multiworld is an organization that has advocated for women's equity in the past, and you shouldn't be able to choose when you're not an advocate.
The problem with the discrimination, even at a high school level, is that if you tell girls they don't matter while they're in high school, they're going to carry that with them into the adult world. And so are the guys.
These high school players are your club teammates now and your club teammates in the future. So why tell them they don't matter?
If we're really trying to grow ultimate as a sport, that has to come from the bottom. That has to start at an earlier age. If your goal is actually to grow ultimate, you have to be supporting the younger generations that are coming up.
We're the future of ultimate. You should care.
That should be enough for you.
As their coaches, we feel very strongly that it's important for our girls to stand up for themselves, and we encourage them to do this, and we try and advocate that for them as much as possible.
There's been a lot of talk about gender equity in the club and college level, but what people don't understand is that those ideals often shape themselves as young and as early as the youth ultimate level. We would like Ultiworld to establish what they feel their role is towards gender equity at all ages.
Although this transgression might not seem like a huge deal, when you add it up really to everything that these young women are facing on a daily basis just because of their gender, it does add up.
Especially considering that these young women work very hard and are the future of competitive women's ultimate, and it is important for us to understand that early and respect that.
We would like a formal apology from Multiworld and an action plan to make sure that this doesn't happen again. If you've had a similar experience or want to share your story, post with the hashtag Equity